It is Friday, April 12th here, and you guys know what that means. It's time for another limited time series, and it is for the second of the three IMSA prototypes that we have in the current version. So this one is for Mazda RT24-P. As you can see, we've had the Cadillac DPi-V.R a couple of weeks ago. So this is going to be in the same Motorsports 2018 season. So if you are tight on gold, then you just need one of the three in order to complete the series. So something to keep in mind. Now the cost to win this car is going to be same as Cadillac. So if you guys haven't checked my video on Cadillac DPi-V.R Championship, well, let me tell you, it cost that costed 495 gold to bring the PR up to the requirement, which is 90.6, and this car is the same number. PR requirement 90.6. We'll confirm in a second, but according to their website, that's what they have published. And of course we get 130 of it back, which means we still have to shell out, some 355 or 365 gold. So that is not a chump change, if you ask me. Anyway, this series is going to be running through Monday the 22nd of April. So 9 days as they typically run. And this car's base PR is just like the Cadillac, starts at 78.4. So let's jump in and find out the full detail. Alright, earn a 2018 Mazda RT24-P by 100% completing this special limited time series. Named after the Mazda Road to 24 driver development program, the RT24-P is built to win. Alright, so here is the reward breakdown in 25% completion increment. So that looks, just like the Cadillac limited time series, except we just win Mazda this time around. So let's get that done right away so we can check out the actual numbers. And while we're at it, we'll kind of have a quick preview of what we should be expecting in the limited time series. So, alright. So yeah, base PR 78.4, just like Cadillac. And I'm expecting it's going to be the same for Acura, which would be the last of the three IMSA prototype that are available in this current version. So final tier 15, we got a cup race at Daytona motorcycle course, most likely going to be a rolling start with it's going to be a 4-lapper. Now let's check out the PR requirement, and it is 90.6 as you expect. And unlike the last one, the Honda NSX-R, this one should be back to the standard upgrade scheme, which means 3 upgrades across the board, just like Cadillac. So let's find out if that works out in our favor. So I have numbers for Cadillac here, so I'm going to compare. So first tier engine was 132,000 racing dollars. Yep. Plus 800. Fine. Whatever. And 12-hour wait time. That's the important part. And we'll do the second tier together once we go and run through the first one first. And then also, by the way, after the first round of cash upgrades done, that PR should be up at 82.5, which should be just slightly under the PR requirement to complete the Tier 4, which is of course the 25% completion, right? So you cannot invest racing dollars for gold. Doesn't quite work out that way. Anyway, the drivetrain 123,600 racing dollars, which is the same as it was on Cadillac. And body costed 98,200, and there it is. So exact same number. And the suspension costed 113,300. So yep. But you catch the drift here. It's gonna be the same. So yep, 112,000 for exhaust upgrade. Brakes are gonna be 86.6. Yep. And let's see if we end up with the PR 82.5, and we do with the 104,000 racing dollars. All right, so that is the sum of Tier 1 upgrades. So let's check out the Tier 2 upgrades, which should bring our PR up to 86.5. So that's exactly 4 PR point boost. So we got 85 gold for engine. The drivetrain should be 80 gold. There it is. And then the body should be 65 gold. Yep. And then suspension's gonna be what, 75? Right. And exhaust is gonna be 70. There we have it. And brakes 55. And then finally the tires and wheels should be 65, which totals up to be 495. So yeah, not cheap. We'll see how well it drives. And then third tier upgrades. So yeah, PR is up to 86.5, and then with the third tier upgrades, 21 upgrades total, should bring our PR up to 90.6. So, and it is 1 day delivery time or R&D time. So let's run through this real quick. Got body, suspension, exhaust, all racing dollar for the third tier upgrades here. Brakes, and finally tires and wheels. There it is, 90.6 exact. All right, so 3 upgrades across the board will cost you some 495 gold. And yeah, so now let's as always run through the series. Just do a quick overview here. Tier 1 should be pretty straightforward. We got a couple of speed events. If those were in the later part of the event, we might have to service the car, but at the beginning, obviously, we should have no problem there. Speed record at the Brickyard Road Course, speed snap at Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, and the cup is going to be at Mount Panorama, Bathurst, single lapper. And of course, Tier 1, there is no PR requirement. And first 2 races of Tier 2 you should be able to do without any upgrades in place. So Tier 2, we got endurance at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix, and the elimination at Suzuka West. Yes, there is overtake challenge, team challenge going on right now. So that's a Suzuka overtake. So any Suzuka circuit would work, but obviously the Suzuka East would be the one to use, just because it's the shortest one. So shortest track with the highest lap count, right, is the formula that you want. Anyway, And we'll wrap up Tier 2 at Spa with the PR requirement of, what do we have, 80.7. So obviously that is not something that you can do running stock. Single lapper. So you'll need some first tier upgrades done by that point. Moving on to Tier 3, we got head-to-head at Hong Kong, autocross at Mazda Raceway, and the Cup is going to be at Dubai Oval Circuit. So that is going to be a high lap count race. 4 laps, just simply because we're so early on in the event here. And the PR requirement is 81.8. Alright, so that's that. Let's move on to Tier 4. Of course, this is the important one for claiming that 25% completion reward. We got Hunter at Porsche Test Track Dynamic Circuit. And we got a drag race at Nürburgring Grand Prix. It's a drag race. So the venue is just for cosmetics, right? And then, ever so important, Cup is going to be at Catalunya Grand Prix. Single lapper with the PR. I have a feeling it's going to be beyond 84. Oh no. It is 82.7. Right, not 84. The 7 upgrades brings you up to 82.5. So as I was saying originally, it is just beyond the reach of what you can get with the Racing Dollar upgrades alone. So, and remember, it was 15 gold reward for 25% completion, and no upgrade is that cheap. So we're back to the same formula of if you're in it to win it. So you're not gonna get any free gold, no free gold conversion in this race, unlike the NSX R limited time series. Anyway, moving on to Tier 5, we got a speed snap at Daytona road course, endurance at Le Mans, and the Cup is at Silverstone Grand Prix, single lap still. Typically we start getting double lapper Grand Prix races starting around Tier 8. At least that's been the trend. So, and this one we got PR requirement of 83.5. Alright, good to know. Moving on. Tier 6, head-to-head at Monza road course, elimination at New York, and the Cup is going to be at Hockenheim National with double laps. And the PR requirement of 84.2. Alright, and moving on to Tier 7, we got Melbourne speed record. Melbourne is not typically too bad for speed record. Hunter at Brands Hatch, and Cup is going to be at Catalunya Club Circuit, another very short circuit, 5 lapper with the PR requirement of 85 even. Alright, so up to this, what was that, Tier 9 or Tier 10 was when you needed that third tier Racing Dollar upgrades kind of done by that point. So let's see. Moving on, Tier 8, you would need 2 gold trophies here to claim 50% completion reward. Now we got autocross at Hong Kong, speed snap at Suzuka East, and Cup is going to be at Nürburgring Mühlenbach. These are very short Cup races with the high lap counts. Look at that. They're very small tracks with the high lap counts. Interesting. 6 lapper. But more importantly, what's the PR requirement? 85.6. Alright. Moving on to Tier 9, we got a head-to-head at Mount Panorama. Should be a single lapper. Yeah. Drag race. It's at Monza. And the Cup is going to be at Club Circuit of Circuit of the Americas. So once again, shorter rendition of Circuit of the Americas. 6 laps with the PR requirement of 86.3. So we can, that is within the range of second tier upgrades. And tier 10 is where you would need to get that third tier racing dollar upgrades done, at least some of them. If you're getting 3 upgrades across the board, that is. Since this is where the PR requirement is going to go above the 86.5, which is what you would have with the 14 upgrades, second tier upgrades completed. So, tier 10, we got the speed record at Hockenheim, short. That hasn't been too bad. And then we got elimination, another race. Well, I guess it's going to be a rolling start, so that could possibly make a difference. Since we start out in a faster section of the circuit, so if your car is badly damaged, as in if you're in deep red critical condition, that might mean that you may not be able to catch up to the last place to overtake before you get eliminated. So that's a possibility, but we'll see how it turns out once we run through the event. Anyway, then we got the Cup race at the, once again, the shorter version of the Red Bull Ring circuit, the national circuit. We got 5-lapper with the PR requirement of 87 even, and of course that is 0.5 higher than what you can do with the second tier upgrades. Alright, tier 11, we got Hunter at Dubai Grand Prix, Endurance at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix, and the Cup, finally, we got a long circuit. It's going to be at Le Mans, evening rendering, single lap, with the PR requirement of 87.7. They gotta have one race at Le Mans, right? One Cup race. Alright, moving on to tier 12. That's, of course, you need 1 gold trophy here to claim the 75% completion. Autocross at the short road circuit. Speed snap at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, and the Cup is going to be at Mazda Raceway, 3 laps with a PR requirement of 88.4. Moving on, tier 13, we got elimination at Spa, head-to-head at Hockenheim Grand Prix, single lap, and the Cup is going to be at the Grand Prix circuit of the Americas. 3 laps. Alright, that's going to be fun. With the PR requirement of 89.1. Alright, tier 14. We're getting near the end. Endurance at Dubai Club Circuit. Hunter at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. And the Cup race is going to be at another short track, Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. 7 laps. Alright, so trend for this limited time series is a lot of short circuit Cup races with high lap counts. So don't get too dizzy now. Alright, PR requirement of 89.8 is to get through this tier 14. And of course, tier 15 is where we get to have the last PR requirement of 90.6 as we checked earlier, but of course we got a couple of other events here. Speed Snap at Suzuka Grand Prix and the Autocross at Catalunya National. And final, as we checked earlier, Daytona motorcycle course, 4-lapper, once again with the PR requirement of 90.6. So there you have it. So, if this is your choice, I think this car is the gripper out of the 3, isn't it? I'm trying to remember. I'll have to check the specs one more time. But I'll do that in other video. But for now, that does it for this video. So good luck, and we'll see you on the track.